Hello and welcome to another series of PMP Pocket. This time I'm gonna discuss procurement. So you see, in procurement you want to buy something. Step number one is to do the make or buy analysis. Hey, we want to make it inside or we want to buy it from outside? So once you have decided that you want to buy outside, now the procurement start. The make or buy analysis can be influenced by multiple factors. You don't have skills, you don't have qualification, or it is more cost effective, or you get a better quality from outside. All these factors affect, should I go outside or should I make from here? So you decide what you want to do, and now the procurement is started. Now once you have decided to buy from outside, make or buy, then the second step is to basically make a source selection criteria. What will be your criteria for selecting anything? Do you want to have maybe you are buying something from an online app, a food, because you don't have time, or you want to have a food from a specific restaurant because the cost is good. Maybe it's cost to quality. Whatever is your source selection criteria, you will put it into this source selection criteria. Once that is done and that is approved, then we decide which type of contract we are going to use. Now depending upon that, if your scope is fixed or your scope is variable. If scope is fixed or scope is variable. If scope is fixed, we will use fixed price contract. Now this contract is normally used for construction. It says that the requirements are upfront, and if you add anything else it will cost you more. This is specifically used when buyer, if the person who is buying, he is 100% sure about his requirement and he does not want to pay more. For example, my training programs are fixed price. Even if you take 6 months to pass, normally you take less than 6 weeks, but they are fixed price contract. Sometime, let's say you have given a contract to make a house that you are gonna rent. So you ask the seller to complete it 2 months before. So those are scope is fixed, but you gave him an incentive. And if he completed before, you will pay him that incentive. Then the fixed price contract become fixed price incentive fee. Then we have fixed price award fee. Fixed price economic price adjustment. We don't have award fee in fixed price. Like spatula contract, the long contract, 10 years, 20 years contract, construction contract with the inflation can affect, and nowadays everyone knows how the inflation is getting affected all over the world. So in order to tackle the inflation, changes in price, economic price adjustment contract is used. Please note, this type of contract is different from fixed price contract. Because of inflation things are changing and that is not mentioned in your contract, you cannot ask for more money. Then if the scope is not fixed, we have cost reimbursement contract. Cost reimbursement contract, basically cost reimbursement contract is this way. You go to a mechanic and mechanic checks your car and he finds that your car has a problem. You will pay for the part replacement plus his fixed fee. So I can call it as cost plus fixed fee. Cost plus fixed fee contract. Now if a mechanic looked at your car and said, I will do it tomorrow because I have too much work to do. So you will say, hey man, I am in hurry. If you can complete the work a little bit early, I'll give you X amount of extra money. So you are giving an incentive. So this contract get modified into cost plus incentive fee. Cost plus incentive fee. Now there's another cost contract. Somebody did a very beautiful job and you loved it. Now it was not agreed before, but you gave him some extra money. It's like a tip, it's like a bonus. This is called as cost plus award fee. Cost plus award fee. Now the biggest difference between incentive and award fee is that incentive is written in the contract, you have to pay him. Award is like a bonus, you pay, he does not pay, it is not challengeable in the court. Then we have time and material contract. This time and material contract is specially used like a subscription thing, pay as you go, prepaid SIMs, you renting a car, all these are examples of time and material contract. Now the question is, which one is the most risky For buyer, time and material is the most risky contract. For seller, fixed price is the most risky contract, because if something goes out, he has to pay more. One more time, for buyer or client, time and material is most risky. For seller, fixed price contract is most risky. Now you have selected your contract, you have selected you are going to buy, and you have made your source selection criteria. You will make your procurement management plan that will define the strategy of how we are gonna do that. Strategy will be defined. What are the processes that we are gonna use? This is procurement management plan, not project management plan. And here you make procurement statement of work, which is sometimes called as statement of work. This is a statement of work that shows what I want in my product. For example, I'm making this pocket series. I want someone to edit the pocket series, and they have to do it in 2 days, and I'm gonna pay this much of amount. The video will be less than 10 minutes, and this is my statement of work. I'll put the advertisement on LinkedIn or all social medias. People will start giving me this requirement. This is the planning phase of procurement, where you basically get procurement statement of work. So I'll took this example of this. Okay, so now I have a procurement statement of work, and I have given that advertisement. I have advertised. I get some bidding on that. Okay, I get some bidding on that. Yeah, I get some bidding on that. I get all the proposals regarding the price. Then I get a bidder conference. Maybe I get a Zoom call nowadays with the hybrid technology, or I actually get a bidder conference. In a bidder conference, all the sellers will come. We will discuss each and everything. We will define their requirement, and then after that they will give us their proposals. Very important thing, only those sellers which are qualified will come into the bidder conference. This is an important thing. We will select the proposals, and now negotiations will start happening. Please note, procurement manager takes negotiation for the money. Project manager does not take part, because to avoid bribe and things like that, negotiation is best left to the procurement manager. And again, your procurement strategy, procurement management plan, organization policy will define these things. So once negotiations are done, price is final, we get agreement. This can be called as conduct procurement. Okay, this is conduct procurement. That was plan procurement. In planning, the final output was procurement statement of work, and everything was supposed to happen like before your agreement is signed. Everything will happen according to procurement statement of work. Now everything will happen according to agreement. Initially you can have a letter of intent, preliminary agreement, but then you get your final agreement and you start working according to that. Now finally, once this is agreed, now the product starts deliverable coming to you. And if you want to do the audit of the seller, it must be mentioned in the agreement, because most of the time you have to pay extra to audit. You want to make sure they follow the compliance requirement and things like that. It must be written in the agreement. So if you want to do audit, which is checking the effectiveness of the process, it must be mentioned. Now the deliverable comes to you. You inspect the deliverable. If the deliverable is good, inspect. Deliverable is good, you close the procurement, you pay them and close the procurement. If you inspect and you disagree with the deliverable, now the conflict start happen. If the conflict happen, step number 1 is to do collaboration techniques, which we learned in the resource topic, to get a win-win situation. If we can get collaboration, good ahead. If we cannot do, then we do what is written in the contract. We follow what is written in the contract. The contract is silent or we cannot get answer, we try to get an arbitrator or mediator so that he can handle the situation from both parties, mostly someone both party trust. And if that thing does not happen, then final step is to go to the court. Please understand that going to the court is never a good option, and no one wants to go to the court. That leads to a problem. And one of the questions that is asked, can the procurement be still open after the project is closed? Yes. That's why we have a procurement manager. He will look after the procurement even if the project gets closed. Is the project manager always not involved in discussing negotiation? Project manager is always involved in negotiation, but in most of the organization, the money part of the negotiation is left to the procurement manager, and the cost, schedule, quality, risk, scope, this is the responsibility of project manager, not the procurement manager. If the deliverable comes and it is according to the agreement, but it is not what the project manager wanted, he wanted a better quality. If you have ever done procurement in your organization, one of the problem that we get in the procurement department is procurement is always looking for the minimum cost, project manager is always looking for a better quality. So that is the job of the project manager, to make sure procurement department understand that we want this thing, and if we got bad thing, that will be on project manager, not on the procurement manager. It's an important thing. I hope this PMP Pocket series helps you understand. The purpose of this series is to give you the entire topic in minimum possible time, 5 to 10 minutes. That's why I may be a quick, and if you feel that you need a longer topic, you can watch the pathway, which I'll put the link there, and you can join our program face to face starting on 3rd or 16 online. So live happily and become PMP, and once you do tell me, would love to record your journey. Bye bye.